Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how I train. Just try to make this short. So if you're new, right? If you're a new person, I'm meeting you for the first time, and you're new to training. Say for example, you've been training. Let's just say you're new to training, all right? No, I'm not gonna have you coming in here and doing 25 burpees out the blue, stuff like that. You're new, you come to me. What we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna be talking to you so I can learn a little bit more about, how you are on a day-to-day basis. For example, your job and stuff like that. How active, physical active you are. Are you sitting a lot, stuff like that, right? So I'm basically getting to know you. Now, no, the whole session is not just going to be about us talking, right? The session will still involve a workout routine or a few different exercises that will tell me a lot about how you are physically. So we meet, we do a little warm up, basic, very basic warm up, and it could involve yoga, depending on the information that I gather about how you've been, right? So we'll do a warm up, and oftentimes my warm up and constitutes like yoga and core. So it's a full body warm up. It's a full body test, right? Just to see your body mechanics. That's how I look at stuff, right? And when we warm up, we'll progress into body weight exercises, right? Just seeing how you perform. Say, for example, a squat, how you perform a push up. Most of the time, I won't necessarily test you on a pull up if you're completely new, but sometimes I will. Just depend on what we're checking for, right? Like I said, it all depends on the information I gather from you, what you've been doing, have you not been doing, that kind of stuff, and um, and we go from there. So I will check your squat. I will highly likely check your deadlifts. If you're suffering from severe back pain or whatnot, or you had surgery and you have a disc or whatnot, then I will be very cautious as to carrying you through that motion. So you're gonna tell me what really make things hurt, right? For example, if you have a back pain, you're gonna tell me what hurt because it's your back. You've been living with it for a while, so you know what triggers it and what doesn't. And even then, if I demonstrate the deadlift stance that I want you to do, and you think it might hurt, if you think, then it's something that we have to try. Now, me having you trying a deadlift doesn't involve weights. It can be the simple bar, right? I won't necessarily just have you do body weight because you're not really, if you should feel pain, you're not really gonna feel pain doing it with body weight. So most of the times I'll have, say, females, we have a 35-pound bar, which a lot of people classify as a female bar. So what I'll do is I'll have if you're a female, I'll have you demonstrate the deadlift with the bar. If that's fine and all, and you do 10 reps and you're fine, then I'll probably add 10 pounds. And if it's fine, I'll probably add, 15 or 25. It just depends on, of course, you're gonna be warmed up already before you're attempting to do these. And it will be formatted into like a workout, but in essence, I'm really seeing how you move. I'm really testing you out to see what you're capable of, right? So, excuse me. Essentially, one of the major things I'll also test you on is your push-ups, right? I try to see, how you are with your push-ups, because that gives me information. Gives me information. How you do your push-ups give me information about your triceps, your biceps, your core, your hips, that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna get into detail, but I'm just giving you a rough idea of the process I would take you through. Most of the time, if you're completely new, because a lot of people, I tend to get this a lot, where people will see my pictures on Instagram or whatnot, or me in person, and they want to train with me, but they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so scared. You look so whatever." I'm like, I get that there's this notion going around about how trainers are with new people, like they try to kill you. I don't try to kill you. If you're training with me, I'm gradually gonna have you training at a higher intensity. It's gonna become, it's gonna be hard in the beginning for you for some things because you're unfit. It's normal. Like when I take off like a month or two and I go back into training, it's like damn. Oof. So the same feeling that you guys get, I get it while I'm training. A lot of us that looks like this, or or even better, because a lot of us that trains like and we look fit, like we still feel what you feel. We coaches and trainers, we know what you're feeling. Like we're not like we're not unaware. We are aware, trust me. So we know. And that's why for me, I'm able to connect with you. I'm able to relate with you. I'm able to ensure that I take you through the process step by step. Despite you feeling like, oh my God, he looks so buff and he looks so fit. He's gonna train me like he thinks I'm fit like him. No, hell no. I would never do that. I mean, other people might, but not me. Like, so yeah, I treat it like you're a baby, like your baby, and you're learning to creep. That's kind of how my approach is. So I'll break things down in training, and we'll progress slowly, slowly, slowly. And as we progress, the faster you learn, the faster you adapt. So if you're not just doing workouts with me, but you're doing it on your own, and your fitness is increasing faster than what it normally would for some people, then I'll start to progress you. Your weight will start to increase, but it's increasing over time. So that way your body is getting new stimulus. It's able to adapt. Like, so for example, if you train with say 55 pounds on say a squat, and you're doing that for a month, and you're doing 3 sets of 10 reps, right? And you're doing it for a month. You're doing it like, let's say 3 days a week, every other day, 3 days a week for a month. 55 pounds on the bar for a squat. If you do that, your body is gonna still get some work, but in essence, a lot of you guys plateau, whatever, stagnant with your progress. This is why, because your body get used to that weight for so long that you doing it doesn't do much for you anymore. But until you start to add a little bit more weight, so your body have something new to adjust to, then you're gonna be stuck, right? So over a period of time, as you're getting better, then the weight increases. The weight, it's not just the weight that also increases. The rest time, it's regulated based on your fitness level. These things are, there's a lot that can be done. Because even with that 55-pound weight on the squat, I can use that 55-pound weight over a case of a month and still have you not plateau or stagnant, or have your results, stalled. Working with me, I can use that weight so many different ways that you'll still progress. I don't even have to increase the weight, but that's why it's kind of technical, and you have to know what you're doing. It's called programming, right? You have to be able to do the programming or train the person in a way with that same weight. But for the regular person, I know you're just gonna go in the gym and be using the same weight. You'll be doing it the same way, same rest time for the month, and you're wondering like, oh, why am I not seeing any changes in this or that? It's like it's a little bit more technical than that. That's why you need to have somebody in your corner, like a coach that knows how to make the adjustments so that you can get the adjustments physically that you need. So with that said, yes, my introductory routine to you, where I'm learning about you, is gonna prove a little difficult as a beginner. But at the end of the day, I'm working with you. I'm meeting you where you're at. So if I'm trying to get you to do 10 push-ups on day one and you can only do 5, then you do 5, right? And that's it. Now, I'll probably have you do 3 sets of 5, but if you can't do 3 sets of 10, I'm not gonna be right there next to you and be like, oh my God, come on, let's do 10, let's do 10. If you can't, you can't. That's your starting point. I meet you where you're at. You do 5, okay, I make a note of that either on paper or in my head. I got good memory when it comes to my clients. So I make a good note of that, and then I try to work on what we need to do to increase your push-ups over time, right? So it's like, I meet you where you're at. It's that simple how I approach training. I meet you where you're at, and we go from there. So like I said, based on the basic tests that I do with you, it will tell me where you're at, and it's not gonna give me a full scope of everything with you, because you learn that over time. You learn about the person over time, but a few tests will tell you a lot for you to be able to start with safely and effectively. So you'll still get a workout in, but like, no. Yeah, you might be challenged, die on day one, because the simple exercises that I give you is not necessarily going to be simple for you, but they're simple after you're able to properly do them over a period of time. And it's even my group classes. If you show up to my group classes, I know you guys are used to group classes where they're always high intensity, boom, 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 boom. If you come to my group classes and you're new, I'm not expecting you to keep up with the person who has been training for 5 years and is fit. Nah. Yes, you'll be doing the same stuff, and if you can't do it the way I want it, it will be modified to how you are. Like it will be modified to meeting you where you are at with that level of exercise. Like I'm pretty much dumbing down the exercise to meet you at your capability, observe you doing it, and even if say we give, and I had this talk with a client that started training in my group class. She's new as well. And I'll have the other group people doing 4 sets. And I had this talk with her. Like, if I'm doing my group class and you're there, and these people are able to do the 4 sets, and you're able to do only 2, yo, I am excited for you. If you do 2 sets in the class and they complete their 4 sets, I don't care about what they did. I care that you do your 2 sets. You did the best you can. And that makes me happy. But don't be trying to keep up with these people doing 4 sets and you're half-assing every other exercise. No, you take your time and do the 2 sets properly while they do their 4 sets. in 6 months or whatever time it takes for you to get up to speed, and then you're able to do the 4 sets with them, that's the progress. Okay? I'm gonna cut this video, but that's about it. Peace out. Until next time. Ooh, nice stretch. Nice stretch.